Okay, phone call taken. Make sure everything's still on here on the camera. Alright, so we got that mark. Yeah, it's nice to have a ruler. How big is that? Let's cut all that one time. Get another marker out of this. While I'm in scoring mode, just score both of them. Right now. And now all we do is break, break, and break. Let's see how bad my figuring out was. Not too bad. It comes right up to that pretty good. We'll just do little putty things to help block stuff in that I don't like, but other than all, I like that. Let's see if I can get this to tack it. It fit right in there. Beautiful. Run a little down in here too. Actually, what we'll do is we'll run this. It'll make a nice little beveled edge in there and fill it in good. Beautiful. The air bubbles. Yep, that was perfect. All right. Let's see if the other one, I'm sure you probably should, a little bit of this in here. Never hurts. Let's see how this one will fit. That's fine, that's working. Even trying to shake it up to get some of the fluid to glue to go up on the brush. When it runs low, I hate when those things run low. It never quite gives you, you can't. Either get none or too much. Best way to say it. Yeah, I couldn't be any more happier. That was the line. Everything's lining up here good, and everything looks like good underneath. And there we go. I got that in there, and we got those pieces there. That'll fill in that, and then when that closes down, you won't see up in there. But that will be areas we'll have to paint black so we don't get light leaks. We have to fill in up here, don't we? Yes, we do. Fill this one in. Here I think we're supposed to have a cluster. I gotta see, I know there was some back here, like a cluster of lights that are all ganged together. I can't remember where it is, if it's on this corner, back here, I don't remember. We'll check that out on the show. How's this fitting together? Let's see where we're at here. Now we have, get in the camera, a tunnel there instead of a solid bar. So that should bring it more into the accurate stage. And then we'll just fill any little weirdness with putty. With the perfect plastic putty, it'll look nice. I can just even go in there with perfect plastic putty and just go whip, wipe, wipe. I think that's all I'm going to do. Because you're never going to really look in there too much. But let's get this going. This should be a little easier. I mean, I don't know if I heat it up to kind of get it to do these bends. But this is that thin, so I'm glad we used the thin stuff because it will probably just bend. And with the solvents and the glue, should do it. How's this? Let me sit down. Yeah, or I probably could have ran wire into the tunnel and drilled right out of that. Because it looks like all these, but here I don't even have to drill. They just come right out. And I can just drill into this ship. So it's 6 1/2 dozen the other. And there's warpness to the ship, so we'll have to squeeze. That's what it's going to be. Probably going to be more of a squeeze. And glue. The plastic, 1978. This thing's been 78, almost, 40 some years of just floating around, warping. But okay, let's get this styrene in here. What do we got? I don't think these get squished in. That's way too compact. It'd almost be neat if I can get that styrene in the inside of here. We'll go as big as all that, and then maybe file it back in the areas we need to. Like go with the widest point. Yeah, I think I can get the length. Good guesstimate. 3 1/2, I'm going to say. Alrighty, we're back. So I went and glued those down while I was on the phone. They molded themselves and, went with the curves very well. The extra thin cement helps it, soften the plastic so it'll do those bends. And then we'll go in here and we'll clean up these edges. I figured I'd go a little big, that way I can file for the different edges. This here is just going to go right with that. And on these sides we'll kind of follow some of that work. Let's see if we can take these off and we're good, hopefully. Yeah, it's really nice. Maybe we can even go and clean that up because who needs all that extra garbage. Since I like things looking as nice on the inside as they do on the outside. Make sure that wasn't popping up. So at least it kind of looks like we knew what we were doing. We'll see once we get rid of some of these edges. I'll make sure I glued down good. Seems to be. So we'll have to trim these off right at those edges there. So we can just do something like that. That's out of the way. Let's see if that comes down better. Much better. There we go. See, I cut it off right there. Let's check. Let's see how that comes down now. Much better. Now let's just keep following these to make them nice. There looks good. I wonder if I can go through and cut some of this with a knife. Yep. I don't spend too much time on that filing. Yeah, I'm liking that. And I think what we can do here is kind of just keep filing that until it's level. See if that makes these fit a little better. Oh, big time. That's the key. That was the key. Well, sorry about that. My camera was running low on battery, so I kept wanting it to shut off, even though it's plugged in when it gets that low. Which is probably going to run into danger of doing that soon because I didn't let it charge too long. But I just wanted... Ooh, I got to stick a little super glue down in there. Alright, got to remember that. Let's think of that right now. While I'm thinking about it, because I will forget. Yeah, I got all these in. filed all the edges. That's all looking good. Even these edges here with the piping, blended that all in. And then sanded across here so all this is level. Kind of doing the same thing here. These are kind of inset. I should have probably done the same thing as made these big and filed them back like I did with that, because I really like how that actually worked. And I wouldn't have to be doing any puttying. And even I could have made those big. Probably could have notched it up so it looked like this one big square piece. We'll have to, like I said, we're going to have to go through and sand, but let's get some putty in here, and this is where it's going to need the putty the most. Those seams where the two white pieces of styrene went together look great, so I'm not going to worry about those. Probably what we can do here without, so we don't have to putty, is just kind of blend that transition in. Yep, that worked fine. Just adding that to it makes a big difference. Plus, I really like to get into the softer stuff. I think we hit everything okay. I should put a little more in there to make that nice and smooth. There we go. Do we have much on here? I think here we're just going to kind of hit the little gappy gaps, but there's no real openings. lines. It's just this seam here. Yeah. See if we can tighten up that seam. Got to kind of press fairly good to get it down in that little crack, because the glue pretty much cleared it up pretty good. This is where we do want to use more of the wetter stuff. And this one's really good. We're just going to tidy up this seam. No real opens, just tidying up the seam. Probably could wipe most of that off with water. But let's let this all cure. There we go. So that's looking good. We're gonna let this putty dry. Hopefully it cleans up all this lower half, which I think so. Enough to, I think, make it good. Yeah, it's already starting to cure. Nice. But the biggest bonus is now having a starship that has an opening in there like it should, out of the old Monogram kit. I don't know if that's that big. I don't know if this should have came down more, but I think that's more than efficient. And then we'll get the detail parts on this lower half. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they had that thing as just a little thin opening, but I like that because it kind of follows this bulkhead detail piece here. It comes right to that. I like it. So there she is. Until next update, we're gonna let this cure, come back, sand it, put some the photo etch detail on that part, and then where are we at as far as photo etch? We got it in all these parts, the launch pylons. We have it on those. We got it on this. That's good. That was another one I was sweating on doing, but that looks good. Well, we're getting down to I think what I want to do is start yeah, add more detail to this. And we got those ones. I'm going to put that long one here. You can see it because it's reflecting. There's 3 of them. There's a long one and 2 end ones. I'm going to put this long one, I think, here on this raised detail that they did. One of the short ones here, and one of the short ones on one of these, which I think I'm going to keep it. I'll put maybe on this one. We'll see. We'll see if it'll fit. Yeah, it would. Or do I keep it? Well, that's kind of there. That could be there, and that's kind of... Yeah, I think we'll put it here. And have some lights there, there, and there. Yeah, I'll figure out how I want it, because those 2 end ones have a slight angle. I don't know if that's going to give me enough lights that I want on these sides. Oh, if I put that detail here, I might put a little more lights up on top. A row, and then maybe a couple over here. Kind of do a couple up here, a couple down there, maybe two up there, then that photo etch piece, and then that photo etch piece. And maybe I can even do a couple more. That's pretty much it for the windows, and then set for a couple in here. I might put a couple lights there, do a couple on these areas. Nothing really on top, I don't think. But let's let this cure so we can come back and hit it with light sandpaper. I found a photo on different color schemes for in here. We'll see. But, till I come back, see you soon.